I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, cause it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Happy Monday. Welcome back. It is the KVJ After the Show podcast. I guess welcome back is to us. We're out Thursday, Friday for a little St. Patty's Day. I went to Boston. Jaybird went to St. Augustine to go to the concert. The concert was good.
Yeah, we had a great time. And they also, too, I want the good people know, I filmed my first Buc-ee's experience. It's on our TikTok and it's on our Instagram.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'll put it on our Facebook as well. But if you've never been to Buc-ee's, I tried to show you as much as I could and some of the items that they had.
Do you feel it was worthy of the hype?
Yeah, I love the Buc-ee's. You know, there's a lot to go through. So I did a quicker Buc-ee's trip.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They have a fudge section. The beef brisket is a big section, like Virginia had said.
Okay.
They were very polite and friendly.
Okay. So everything you want, you think all the food landed? That people had suggested and talked about and hyped up?
I got the fudge. I got all that. I didn't get the brisket.
Okay.
And I didn't see a sub shop there. That's the one thing I didn't see. So
I don't know. Maybe they just handed that off to Wawa.
I don't know if Buc-ee's does subs, y'all. Let me know if I'm wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, I got a bunch of your emails that came in here. Mail at kvjshow.com. John said, Kevin, the chat room needs to know, did you get lucky on your trip with the Mexican Queen? Always the big question.
I mean, you know the answer, Kentucky John.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Kevin got lucky.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What? Kevin got lucky.
Yeah.
Why did you save this for the podcast?
No, because we can get dirty. You know?
Okay.
I didn't think the kids need to hear about my sex life.
No. Everyone needs to know that this happened. Let's get a billboard.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy's giving me a half a bone piece.
Can we get a skywriter?
If you guys want,
I mean,
go for it. Yeah.
Big.
Big stuff.
Okay.
Big stuff. Yeah.
Tell us everything. I want to know all the details. Leave nothing out and go slow.
Yeah, show us your O face.
Put on some saxophone music. Damn.
It was just, it happened. We had a couple nights.
Where were you? Which day?
It was 2 days, actually, in a row.
You had sex twice?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, 2 nights in a row.
I love it.
We just went out, got frisky, and we were just having a good time. Honestly, it's really, because we did this last year, it's really good for us to get away. That's why I like that. This is the one time really a year where the Queen and I just, and we're here and we go out a lot on the weekends, which is all fine and good, but there's just other things, it just
the
seems
mother-in-law, your son.
Exactly.
Like, there's always eyes and ears.
Right, exactly. There's all that kind of stuff going on, and so when you're in a room, it was just all uninhibited. It was great.
And did my boy bring the thunder?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Let's call her. Let's call her real quick.
Yeah, you probably have a different story, but
I mean, it's been so long. Were you in like 3 seconds?
No.
As soon as his naked body touched the bed sheet.
Spill my juice.
No, it was good though. We had a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe it'll open the door for more friskiness. But I don't know. We'll see if we settle back into the old patterns, or where it will go from here.
Well, positive reinforcement. Just keep letting her know how much you enjoyed that time.
Yeah.
You just have to go to Boston every time.
Yeah.
Boston. It's Beantown, but it's also Kevin Fucktown.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Bean? Isn't that a name for a vagina too? Bean?
He got that bean?
It is. It is Beantown.
Get that bean, Kevin.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But his own Boston Tea Party.
That's right. That's right. Oh, I got Ashley here, who said she is one tired mama who needs a night out. And she said, I just want to know where would be a good place for a date night in the Stewart, Jensen Beach, Fort Pierce area. We've been together 15 years, married with 3 kids. Moved away to North Florida a year ago and absolutely love it, but have no babysitters and are coming home for a vacation. We lived in Okeechobee, but love to go to the coast to have fun. And Mama is trying to plan a foolproof fun night out. So, Virginia, you're very familiar with that area. I know you earlier were talking about Kyle G's.
Kyle G's is awesome. They have a great vibe. It's more sophisticated. I wouldn't say Kyle G's is like a throwdown, put them on the glass kind of place. It is classy and fancy and beautiful.
Okay.
And it's not cheap, but it is worth every penny. If you want to go have some fun and get a little loose, just last week I discovered this whole little nook in Port Salerno.
Okay.
It had a Munja clam bar and a Twisted Tuna right next to each other. They both do fun. They both do party. They both do karaoke. They both tear it up. I think Twisted Tuna might get a little crazier on the weekends than Munja Clam Bar, but they're both fun little spots right on the water, very charming.
Okay. Has anybody done, you ever done Conky Joe's seafood restaurant and bar right there?
I've heard Conky Joe's is amazing. I have to get in there.
Okay. That's a place in Jensen possibly to check out.
When we talk about the Conky Joe's on the air, people always sing their praises. They get a lot of positive feedback.
They love it.
Okay. Somebody said Carson's in Stewart. Have you ever tried that?
I have not.
Man,
There's so many new spots that I haven't tried.
You can't do Stewart in a day. You gotta really take your time with Stewart and explode or explode.
You need to come all over Stewart.
Kevin's gonna be all hot and bothered with his tales of
just
sex.
walking down the street, just coming everywhere.
I love this town.
It's very sticky.
You do have Mulligan's there in Jensen Beach. We always used to go there a good bit.
That's a fun little strip because you got Crawdaddies, you got Mulligan's, and in between there you got the Glass Chamber Head Shop, so you can stop and get your pot on in the middle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cute little spots right in that row.
Okay. Sailor's Return is not too far from there. So it might be something to check out there if you get to Jensen. So there's a few. So hopefully one of those places will scratch the itch of where you need to go. Fort Pierce, I don't know that I've gone and partied much there. I know they got Krabby's Dockside, something to maybe check out. They've got the Thirsty Turtle. They got Sailfish Brewing. It would probably be where I would go. I'm a brewery kind of guy.
Thirsty Turtle. So they have a couple locations then, because Thirsty Turtle's the one I know up in the Juneau area.
Yeah.
And they have been around forever, and they too are beloved throughout the community.
And
in the area.
if you like their wings, because everybody loves the Thirsty Turtle wings, they just put in a freestanding storefront just for takeout. So now you don't have to go where the restaurant is. You go around to the other side of the building, and it's a much easier takeout experience.
Okay.
It's quicker.
Okay.
It's not crowded up with people waiting for a table.
Mm-hmm. And also in Fort Pierce, Jetty's Lounge and Archie's Seabreeze might be a couple places.
Yeah, okay.
So
anything on the water. I mean, it's hard to mess that up. Mm-hmm. The vibe is so nice when you can look out and just take everything that we just are so lucky to have around us.
Well, there might be more places on the water, Treasure Coast, than there is further down south. I feel like it's almost fewer and far between.
You're right.
And the three really busy counties down here.
It's crazy. You always hear about pirates taking over boats, but you never hear about them taking over restaurants that are on the water. Odd. No?
We have police that would shut that down.
Not necessarily.
They would call in the SWAT. The SWAT would surround the place. People might die. But the pirates eventually would lose.
Eventually, maybe. Not if they were in and out. You never know. Just it was a deep thought.
Are they pirates or are they sticking around?
I probably should have just shut the fuck up and not have said anything because I don't want to die in this hill. It's not that important to me.
Maureen wanted to know, Virginia, if you've been to Waterway Cafe since they upgraded the outside tiki bar. She said it's a little more fancy, and they're also supposed to be remodeling the floating dock also. The new owners have been working on the place for the last year or so.
I really do like Waterway Cafe. It's a staple just because I grew up in that area.
So if you walk straight through the restaurant and you keep going straight, you'll be on the floating bar area. But if you go to the right, that whole tiki area, they redid it. It's really nice. There's a stage. There's a whole area to dance, shake your titties. It's fun.
Okay.
Man, shaking titties is just a fun thing when everyone's into it and involved.
Titties were meant to shake, Jay Bird.
I kind of feel like that.
Emily F. in Jupiter has got an email here. She was born and raised in Wellington. She didn't ride horses. She said poor people do live there too.
And that's truly sad.
Yeah, she said Wellington was boring in the 2000s, and it's still boring.
Yeah.
I try to avoid going there due to the traffic, and there's nothing else going on. So my parents will come to Jupiter to see me where I currently live because there's much more to do, better food and restaurants.
Amen.
She said you also spoke about Jacksonville. I went to University of North Florida. Go Ospreys. The best places back then was the beachside to party up. If you ever go back, go to Lynch's Irish Pub. I think I've been to that place. The Ritz, get a Ritz dog and have a few drinks, and try the best bagels at Bagel R Us. So there you go. Yeah, so the Jack's Beach area, they did have a couple of bars and nice restaurants kind of on the water.
There's some bagel places that go to that next level, and then there's some really shitty bagel places out there. I feel like if you have a bagel place, you got to offer up sandwiches, no?
Yes, I believe that any bagel place should offer sandwiches. A sandwich on a bagel is delicious.
It just takes it up to the next level of that restaurant, in my opinion.
She also said, I hear from the youngins that 5 Points is where it's at in Jacksonville. And if you want a more posh place, go to San Marco.
Okay.
So there you go.
I don't know if I'm ever going to be in Jacksonville, ever.
No?
I don't know. I think to me that's a go-through kind of a place.
Yeah, I'm not really itching for a visit. I don't know. Every time I've gone through it, and then the one time we stayed there, I don't know.
That was the meeting from hell.
It was the meeting from hell. And now, I'm sorry, Jacksonville. You've got the stank and the taint of the Miami mistake all over your face like you ate it out.
Jacksonville does have a bit of a... I think you're right. I think I dog Jacksonville because we did have a very horrific show moment there.
Horrific.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
And it was one of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed at in my life. And I remember going, we were staying at such a great fucking place, and I could not be more miserable right now.
I wanted to go home and get away from that place so bad, and it was so beautiful.
It is odd when you have a bad moment. It does throw a little stay. Jacksonville might be awesome. We're still caught up in the past, Virginia.
Yeah, the 5 Points area, that was the place I was telling you that we did pop in. It's kind of the little hipster area. It was maybe the hub of Jacksonville, maybe like in the 20s or 30s, and then it had spent time, and then they went in and kind of refurbished it, and it picked up some of the places. So, yeah, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. So if you are going through Jacksonville, and you're right, it is a lot of it's a going through town. We normally will stop when we're headed to Savannah or something like that. Because for the family, I try to break it up in about every 2 to 3 hours. We try to pop off and, go someplace, stretch the legs, breaks up the trip.
I love that. If you have good places that you know you're going to go and you have it mapped out ahead of time, sometimes I get into trouble because we just wander off the interstate and go to the first place we find. And a lot of times that's not the right way to do it.
I thought at one point Jacksonville is considered one of the most dangerous places in Florida, but that might be wrong. I just Googled top 10 or the most towns that commit murder in Florida, and Riviera Beach comes up number 1.
Okay.
Okay, Riviera Beach, you're
All
number
right.
1.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's right in our fucking backyard.
Put your pistols in the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit. Number 1 in Florida?
Dude, I used to live there. I can vouch for that. And when I lived there, I was training for a half marathon. So I used to run in the neighborhood, and sometimes people would chase me just for fun. And it was pretty scary.
Wow.
Well, it says Riviera Beach is the worst city in Florida when it comes to the murder rate, which is 7 times higher than the national average. Holy shit. If that's true,
Riviera goes hard.
I don't know if this is, who knows what publication this is. So before
It's at lies.com.
Yeah, before you yell at me, Google it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Got an email from Doug. Very nice things about the podcast. Love the last 2 weeks. Thank you, Doug. And he said, also, Jaybird, I got to tell you, I love the grilled cheese at Panera, but Saturday I was at Beef O Brady's and had this thing called the 5 Cheese Angus Beef. It's basically a grilled cheese with hamburger instead of ham, and it is excellent.
Okay.
Maybe give it a shot. Yeah, Beef O Brady's in different locations. I don't know where they have them in South Florida. I remember there was a Beef O'Brady's that we would always go to in Titusville, and it was the only thing going on in Titusville. And so I was like, okay, this is it or nothing. But yeah, the Treasure Coast, Sebastian, all the way up to Titusville.
I bet you they were killing
got a
it on
lot.
St. Patty's. It sounds like
Sure.
a very St. Patty's kind of place.
Would you say every 10th car that drives by the Titusville sign makes a tit comment?
Yep, at least.
1 out of 10 cars?
Titusville.
Titusville, look at it says tit. Can't spell Titusville without tit.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got a few near Lake Okeechobee as well. So, but yeah, I don't see any beef O'Brady's on the east coast of Florida from, I don't know, basically Fort Pierce down. Doesn't look like, or Sebastian. So yeah, you got to go pretty far north. But if we're ever there, Doug, appreciate it.
I'm getting called out with my murder stats.
Yeah.
Daytona is another site that says it's number 1. So it depends on the place you Google. You're going to get a different number, it seems like.
Okay.
That's why you can't. It's always tough to trust. What do you trust these days?
Nobody.
I mean, all I want to do is just, what is the town in Florida that has the most murders? That shouldn't be that hard to figure out, right?
Well, it probably just fluctuates
Sure.
and changes. But yeah, Riviera's had a reputation for
It's
a
not
while.
on the one. It doesn't even come up on the one list, and then on the other one, it's number 1.
Okay.
What the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah. I got an email from Alex, and he says, listen, you guys talking about how it used to be normal to smoke in restaurants and have a non-smoking side and a smoking side. Some of my favorite bars to go to used to be Uncle Mick's, the Snuggery, and Crazy Horse, where they used to allow smoking inside the bar.
Yes, they did. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why it was so gross at the Snuggery.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I believe you could smoke in a Denny's back in the day, or an
Totally,
IHOP.
you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah. They had smoking and non-smoking sections and no partition.
The worst, you could almost in some restaurants you could walk on the ground and just feel the smoke, like
Yeah, it does.
It's a crusty film.
it would be on
Yeah.
the walls.
Alex said, I think you can still smoke at Average Joe's Pub in Jupiter. I'm not a smoker, but I always did just like the vibe of those places. Who doesn't like a good dive bar?
I love dive bars. I really
do too. I just don't get down with indoor smoking. If it's a dive bar with indoor smoking, you will not see me.
We went to a really cool bar in St. Augustine, and the name eludes me. I can't remember what it was, but it features grilled cheeses, video games, and live
Okay.
music.
That's all you need.
It's really all you need. It was the bar. They did all these different kind of grilled
Yeah.
cheeses, and this band's playing.
Okay.
And I couldn't tell if it was 18 or 21 because it looked like a bar because you could get drinks there.
Uh-huh.
But then the kids looked young.
Okay.
I'm talking they're like they were not drinking age.
That's the thing about these high school chicks. You just keep getting older and they stay the same age.
Well, that's fucking just a creepy statement. I know that's from a movie, but
Isn't it from Revenge of the Nerds?
No, that's from Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. It's a good. If you guys go up to St. Augustine, definitely try that though,
Okay.
because it's got all kind of different video games.
Yeah.
That's the shtick.
Yeah. I'm due for a St. Augustine trip. This email says, Bird, I was wondering if you had the chance to try the new Sunny D Seltzer. My friend and I were at the Walmart on 45th Street buying breakfast ingredients and decided it'd be fun to have a Sunny D Seltzer as our mimosa. It seems Sunny D went the way of the White Claw-esque seltzer, where the product has a minimal hint of whatever flavor that is printed on the can, like watermelon or cherry. So that familiar flavor of Sunny D was just not there. I also thought it would have that beloved radioactive orange-yellow color, but this seltzer is actively an opaque white, kind of like the Glacier White Gatorade. Pretty disappointing. I wonder if we're off, but I feel like you're better off just adding vodka to a glass of Sunny D.
There you go. That's how you do it. Get you some Atoll vodka, who sponsors this podcast, by the way, and add it to Sunny D over ice. Add a splash of soda, club soda to it. Give it a little fizz, maybe some little lemon-flavored Pellegrino.
Well, Sunny D, she's a thick one.
She
She
is.
gives you a hot neck pretty instant if you're not careful.
But if you pair her with a little vodka and club soda over ice, that would be lovely.
Man, I haven't had Sunny. I gotta go to Publix today, so I'm sure I'll see somebody from KVJ Nation there.
I'm going to Restaurant Depot when I leave here. You want to come?
No.
It's too big for you, isn't it?
For this Monday, it's too big for me. Yes, I have a direct. I know exactly what I got to do at Publix, and I'm getting it in and getting the fuck out. I am exhausted.
You're
When you show up on St. Patty's Day and you don't know it's St. Patty's Day and you're in the bar and you're not normally a bar guy after 8 p.m., that is soul sucking.
I'm very unseasoned. COVID got me because you're right. I don't think I've been in a bar that late.
I don't
since
either.
Since an event we've done.
I do events, but that's like day drinking, like a nighttime bar.
When's the last time we have done a nighttime event on any level? When?
The last time I did it was when I was in St. Augustine with that bachelorette party.
Even when we did St. Patty's Day a few years ago and we all blacked out, that was in the daytime.
That was day
We've
drinking.
had to lower the time when we leave because, we're just too messed up.
We blacked out.
Well, it was 10:30 ago. Man, I am fucking feeling a little woozy.
Yeah. That's why we got to end them at 4 p.m. now.
And it's on St. Patty's Day, so everyone's a pirate.
Yes.
Everyone is just...
Everyone. If they don't go out all year long, they go out on St. Patty's Day.
Everyone's got a little hair dampness of sweat just from time and drunkenness, and I shouldn't be out.
Abby sent an email, and she said, been listening to the show since high school. I wrote it a while ago. You might remember me. I'm the girl that had the big O while doing a handstand, and I'm not catfishing you.
No, I remember that.
Okay, yeah.
I remember that email.
Wow.
She said, anyway, I want to let you know there's an amazing circus in town that really needs some love and support. The infamous Cabaret. It's a sexy 18-plus adults-only circus show playing for the next month at the Broward Mall. They're an Australian circus company making their American debut. Please support. It was an amazing show featuring classic circus acts like the Wheel of Death, Flying Trapeze, and Burlesque in a classic circus tent.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Okay.
I love burlesque. It's like stripper light.
Oh, yeah.
But it's more like about the dancing and the costumes and all the stuff that I love.
It's a show. I love it. It's fun.
Kimberly here has an idea for you. She said, I stumbled upon this link because there's some uproar about a dog park in Martin County that is offering alcohol to owners.
I love it.
The link is posted to show other, quote, dog parks in the area, but it's just people's backyards. I guess people can rent out their yards by the hours to dogs and owners. People are hot and mad about it, and I just thought, what a great idea for Jaybird. He can probably play with all the dogs, make a little money off of them, and then send them on their merry way.
We've talked about making his backyard a functional event space, and I told him when he's ready, let me know. I will turn your backyard into a money-making cash opportunity.
And when she says we, she means Virginia. And
I'll run the whole thing for you. I only take 40%.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just unfortunately can't do the dog thing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are still hitting me up about the dog thing.
Please stop bringing your dogs to his house.
Man, some of these motherfuckers really know how to bring some guilt with an email. Good gosh.
If you are interested, you go to sniffspot.com.
Okay.
That's where you can do that. Angie here said, hey, I tried looking for the old KVJ show YouTube page, and I couldn't find it. Can you please send me the link?
Bigfoot Eye 17.
You have to spell it all as one word. If not, put Kevin, Virginia, Jason, Bigfoot Eye 17, but make sure Bigfoot Eye 17 is one word when you type it.
Okay.
EYE.
I try to make it really easy for people to find back in the day.
We're playing hide and go seek, basically.
Yeah.
You can't find us.
Believe me, I want to beat 20-year-old Jason's ass. Yeah.
Angie had said, I heard Bird talking about the To Catch a Predator type YouTube videos and thought I'd recommend a show called Undercover Under Age on the ID channel. Adults posing as young children to communicate with predators and catch them with cooperating law enforcement. It's pretty disturbing and eye-opening how many predators are out there and at what lengths they're willing to go to prey on young children.
That's the thing that I would really, really agree. It's shocking how many are out there. There is no shortage of videos and chapters of people who have these kind of groups that get these pervs all the time. And they always want to say it's entrapment. It's only entrapment if the law enforcement's involved. A lot of these are just YouTubers. Then their goal is to shame the person publicly, get them arrested if they can, and then obviously monetize their channel to get money.
And get them fired from their work and
Shame 'em.
expose them to their family,
Yes.
which is all good. That's how it should go down.
And some of the YouTubers are better than others. It's like anything. Some of them get too yelly and screamy to the point. They'll call the wife and put her on speaker, and the wife will be crying and devastated, and her life is ruined too.
Right.
And she didn't know any of this was happening.
You got to read the room.
Yeah, I get you want to shame him and ruin his life, but when you hear the wife who clearly did not know this was happening
And didn't do anything wrong.
no, she doesn't know she's being taped. I think there's going to be a lot of people that get in trouble trying to help, but there's a lot of collateral damage that happens when you're taking down some of these people. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not a big fan of getting the wife or somebody on and
Innocent parties
they
that
didn't
had
know.
no activity in the crime whatsoever. Now you've doxed them.
You really have.
That feels yucky.
And I see people defend it. Well, then her husband shouldn't be doing this stuff. Well, she didn't know.
You don't
Yeah.
stab the wife for the crimes of the husband. That's not cool.
As her world is falling apart.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Well, imagine Panda this would never happen. Your life would be, you'd be fucking reeling if something like that happened.
Reeling. And then to know that somebody was going to put that out there, it would just be heartbreaking.
And then judge you for how you reacted because.
And I did nothing wrong. I'm not the pedophile. It's Panda.
Yeah, that was
Tan.
It's a terrible, terrible analogy. My husband's probably like, what?
What?
Snake. Panda, I'm so sorry.
Jay Bird calls him Snake.
Yes, if you're confused, my nickname for Panda is Snake.
You have a lot of nicknames for a lot of people.
I like nicknames.
One thing I saw on Netflix, which I thought was pretty good, I watched that Murdaugh Murders, a Southern Scandal.
Oh, yeah, that's a great story. I know that one inside out.
Did you watch the special they had on Netflix?
I haven't watched the Netflix one, but I did watch the Dateline one, and I have
Okay.
listened to extensive podcasts about it.
Yeah, it's pretty unreal just how many murders are tied to this family.
The dad is
yeah.
pure evil.
It really comes off that way. It's unreal.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Money hungry,
Yeah.
egotistical, and had no regard. He shot his own son and wife in the head. I
Yeah.
mean, that is next level.
That's definitely the way it looks.
He did it for money.
And then just the fact, too, that there was the Mallory Beach, the girl that was killed in the boating accident, that his son who was killed, that he killed, is the one who was driving the boat super hammered. And then there was a housekeeper that mysteriously fell and died on their front steps. And then he cashed in on a $4.3 million insurance thing. And he'd just taken the policy out a month before she died. So
That's not suspicious.
there's a kid that was found dead on a road from a severe head wound. And it looked like his oldest son may have had a hand in that.
That kid's still alive.
The oldest son, yeah.
Right. That's the one surviving family member, and they don't even know what the hell's going to happen with that kid because
Yeah.
the story needs to come out about how that guy died. I think there was some allegations of, homosexual secrets
Yeah.
that kid that died was going to tell, and they killed him so he wouldn't tell.
Yeah, and it might have been that he had a relationship with the oldest Murdaugh son.
That's the allegation.
So, yeah, it's a good watch, and there's a lot of other details in that you can get. But it's the good thing, it's like 3 episodes, and they're each like 50 minutes each. So
Okay.
you can get through it just like it's a movie if you care about that story. It is just kind of crazy how much stuff people in small towns can get away with.
Yeah,
And how
when-
the good old boy system still is alive and well in the American South.
His family owned the town, basically.
That's how it works.
Kings of the county.
Deani, she sent in here that somebody claimed that Neil Armstrong's boots didn't match from the print to the tread on his moon boot, but I did a quick search and I found several articles that explain why. So I just wanted to share it with you. You can see the sole of Neil Armstrong's lunar overshoes match the boot prints left on the moon during NASA's Apollo 11 mission. So apparently that has been answered, so it doesn't add to the whole urban legend that we didn't really land on the moon. One thing that is out there, just to let you know, Virginia apparently has started her own show, and she's advertising for it on Facebook, the Virginia Sinicki Show right there. But don't buy into it. Apparently, it's another one of those phishing scams that somebody's trying to get your information from.
She put the Virginia show and still got us on the fucking thing. Still using our likeness. I didn't sign up for my likeness to be used.
Yeah, there's a whole page. You want to see it. Here we go. Here's my Virginia Sinicki Show page.
Okay.
This is not real. This is not me. This is hackers. I'm never going to ask for your credit card number unless I get my OnlyFans up and running, and then I will exchange feet pics for your credit card.
Okay. There you go. So just to give you a heads up, yeah, somebody keeps playing these fun little games. So do not buy into it. We're not going to ask you for any of your personal information.
Hackers be busy, y'all.
So, Virginia, I know you got some updates, too, with the fam. You got some exciting stuff going on. Any details or idea when we might be able to share in these stories that
Are you talking
going
about
on?
medical or legal?
Both. I know you got a lot going on there.
Kevin, you have no idea how close to a mental breakdown I actually am.
I
Yeah.
think she really is. I can tell she's struggling without even saying anything.
Yeah, I don't know what I can say because my friend, who is very legal, pulled me aside at a party on Saturday night and said,
Yeah.
stop talking. But I said, it's my job. I have to.
Yeah.
You know, all I can really say without getting into a bunch of details is that we have court coming up on Wednesday.
Right.
Magnolia has a cast on her face from her nose job that she got on Friday.
Okay.
The surgeon, Dr. Rosenthal, said her septum looked like a snake on the inside. So not
Okay.
only did we repair the hump that she hated in her nose, but we also fixed her breathing, which is really important, and I think way more important than the hump.
Okay.
She couldn't breathe well, and now she'll breathe great. And
Okay.
so I'm happy for her in that respect. I'm sad for her that she has to go to court because people are lying. This will be very interesting to see how these teenagers do in a courtroom. Will they actually sit on the stand, put their hand on a Bible and swear to tell the truth and then lie to a judge? Because I've got video proof that backs up what I'm saying. Like, I've never seen the egotistical perspective of such balls for a teenager. But we'll be in court 1:30 to Wednesday afternoon.
Are you? You're not. Yeah, I wouldn't say any more details.
That's just the truth.
I hear you. I hear
That's
you.
what's going to go down.
I just,
Okay.
I just don't want it to come back and fuck you over. Is all.
I agree. And
I don't know.
I say too much, but
That's why I'm trying to fucking shut the fuck up.
I've always been this way. I'm not changing.
Oh, I get it.
I built a career for 24 years in this town talking about every stupid tiny detail. And this is very dramatic. This is very big.
Yeah,
This is like life consuming because when you go to court, you should be prepared to the utmost degree. And so I am. And that is very stressful, time consuming, crazy, expensive. Like, it's just, it's such a waste of energy because all of this is based on the lies of teenagers.
Yeah, it's
all this is.
unfortunate. Yeah, it's always, you hate to see your own kid going through drama that, you
It's
know.
teenage drama and lies. And now we're going to go to court.
I'm trying to write my client.
Shut up.
I wouldn't say that. Just read
Shut
this.
the F up. You can come to court if you want.
I think I want to.
You should.
I won't wear my mustache suit because I think then they're gonna. Oh, these guys being goofy. I want to be taken seriously, so I will go with my taco suit.
I mean, it would make me feel good to look out there and see your face as I'm testifying and trying to prove to the judge that they're lying, not us. But this, you never know. When you go into a court, you don't know what a judge is going to decide. You don't know what she's going to believe and not believe. And that is the scariest thing.
Sure.
We just have to hope that she sees the truth.
What kind of suit would I wear to kind of go? All right, this team is not messing around.
Velvet.
Birthday suit. I go, yeah, I get arrested, tased, naked. I lose my mind. Trying to help you.
All of a sudden, Mag's charges aren't so bad.
She's never been charged. Mags was not charged. The Jupiter Police Department looked at the video and they failed to charge Mags.
Okay.
As the kids wanted the cops to, Jupiter Police Department investigated and did not file charges. So what we're actually going to on Wednesday is a petition for a restraining order against Magnolia and
Okay.
me that is so ridiculously based on lies here we go. Now we got to go defend that because Jupiter police would not press charges.
Okay.
They were like, no, this
maybe
video shows that you guys were the aggressor.
Well, hopefully that's all good news, and it's just a mild inconvenience that you can eradicate this week.
Nothing mild about this.
And maybe something good comes from it. You never know.
It is a good lesson, that's for sure.
Yep. All right. Well, there you go. That's all of our drama.
I think we just ruined our case.
Thank y'all for being back with us here on a Monday. Send in your emails, mail at kvjshow.com. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.